Before we jump into this legendary reaction, I want to say happy Halloween to each and every one of you all, man. Make sure you check your kids' candy. You know it can get a little bit tricky out here, man. So, hey, look, we saved this legendary video for this day. Ren Money Game Part 3, man. This is the last video of the series, so we finna go out with a bang. So look, we finna jump right into this reaction. Before we jump into this reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And look, I had to turn my lights off just because I want to enjoy the movie, man. So look, we finna have some fun. Let's jump right into Ren, man. Hey, look, before we go any further, this has nothing to do with the video. All I want to say is I was scrolling down my social media on YouTube or whatever you want to call it. I was scrolling down social media and I seen a picture of Ren, right? He had his shirt off. This dude is jacked. I mean, he got muscles. He got muscles in places I didn't know you could have muscles. That's all I wanted to say. Let's move on.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11,
Hey, my parents not played, but paid for me to be in private school. And I absolutely took it for granted, man. I was so used to public school that I only lasted 5 days in the private school. Right? Don't judge me, man. Private school wasn't for me, man. After I left the private school, they sent me back to public school, man. That's where I wanted to be. Come on, man. If you ask me, public school builds character, man. Come on.
A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25,
What's mother lover talking about? This sound like he talking about a real person, bro.
just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's
25, living in a palace. I still live with my mom. Whoever he is talking about is definitely ahead of the curve. This one is finna be deep. I can already feel it. We just getting started, man.
Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here, son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Look, what is it about when you make millions of dollars? What makes these millionaires and billionaires just think, okay, I'm rich now. Let's go do a line of cocaine. Have you guys heard of that new thing called pink cocaine, bro? Or they're just coming up with any and everything nowadays, man.
Guns, 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. 35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack, I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward.
Said make a move against the cartel? Oh, absolutely not. That is something that you do not do on any given day. I believe I just read something about the cartel. I believe somebody ran to Africa. Bro, they found him. And I believe they drowned him or whatever they did. But that's what I remember, what I read. That's what I believe I remember. Going against the cartel is a very dangerous game, and I'm pretty sure everybody in the world knows that. It does not take a rocket science to know that. Them mother lovers have absolutely nothing to live for. Come on now.
With a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
This is absolutely one of my worst nightmares, bro. Being in a wheelchair and being paralyzed, not being able to walk, man. I've seen a couple people around my neighborhood growing up that were shot in their back and they were paralyzed, man. Even a female, somebody was sitting behind her in a car and a gun went off. Oh! She was perfectly fine before, but now she's paralyzed for the rest of her life. This is one of my worst nightmares, man. Man, this movie is getting serious.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words, mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
Said the way we live is parasitic. F the money and fame. A rapper once said, I learned that a party is way more exciting than a big ass house on the hill. That's what a famous rich rapper said in this song that goes by the name of Andre 3000. Fame and money can destroy you, bro. It almost destroyed Justin Bieber. I remember this vividly. A while ago, I remember Justin Bieber, he was in some type of little tub with an oxygen mask on, man. I said, fame and money can have you like that.
Version of you, there's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music. This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy, community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed. Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
1911?
Everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me.
This is the deepest Ren video that I've ever reacted to, man. This is the deepest one. I mean that.
Then there's no future I see where the humans survive with parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface and consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise. "45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Oh my God. This one was absolutely deep, man. I ain't gonna lie. The only person that I can really think about, not that this song was about, but a person who like really touched my heart who died was an actor that goes by the name of Robin Williams, bruh. All that money he had, it did not mean a thing because he wasn't where he wanted to be, like in his heart, bruh. You gotta believe these people. You gotta believe these wealthy people when they say money does not buy happiness, man. It buys freedom. Yeah, you're free, but money does not buy happiness. So you just gotta get out here and do something that you love, man. That's what I believe. Do something that you love out here, man. Cause look, when you got too much time on your hands, man, it's like they become the devil when you got too much time on your hands and you have a lot of money, man. You start doing freaky stuff with baby oil, everything under the sun, man. Hey, if you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'm out of here, man.